Hey gang, y'all want to talk about Warhammer 40,000 for like 60 hours? Huh, trick question, you don't have a choice. We're playing Rogue Trader today, and I'm very excited. It's by the same people that made the recent Pathfinder games, Kingmaker and the other one I can't recall the name of, which are very good. And this is using the actual Rogue Trader system, which is definitely one of the systems of all time, I must say. So, main story. Take up the mantle of a rogue trader, the scion of an ancient dynasty of daring privateers that reign over their trade protectorate, and explore the fringes of the known galaxy. Darkness looms over the bloodline of von Valsanius as it faces multiple threats from within its own ranks, and without, as countless enemies seek to destroy the most daring and brave agents of humanity. It is up to you to hold the reins of the shattered protectorate and forge a new path for the von Valsanius destiny. Currently finding itself in a vortex of wars, intrigues, calamities, and heresy. The stakes are high and rise even higher as you cross paths with terrifyingly powerful creatures and ambitious adversaries in the darkness of the Coronis Expanse. Sounds good. I think we'll just do normal, as tempting as unfair sounds. So, what we got, please? As if I would ever choose a pre-built character. Alright, let's have a peek-see at the artwork. I'm a little in the way, actually. I'm going to go over here for a moment. Let's have a peek-see. Okay. Pretty good. Pretty good. Alright. Probably gonna pick that one. This is very good artwork, yes. That one's pretty good as well. Oh, The chicks have way better splash arts than the dudes, on average, it seems. Alright, yeah, we're going with that one. Now let me move back over there. Alright. Time for customization.
Job done.
Okay, I'm ready. Home world. Death world. Let's see. Now, I of course, as everybody does when playing a game like this, will gravitate towards the charisma build. So what have we got for that? Hive world, probably? Fellowship? Okay. Yet, this is interacting with other people, of course. Persuasion, coercion, and commerce skills. Forge world is less fellowship. Okay. Fortress world. Hive world it is. A hive world's population is so dense that great swaths of the surface of the world are frequently covered in gargantuan cities bejeweled with towering spires that pierce the atmosphere. Hive worlds are vital to the welfare of the Imperium and are the beating heart of its economy and war machine. They produce munitions for the Emperor's armies in vast manufactories, mine valuable minerals, and refine fuel for the Imperial Navy. Innumerable regiments of the Astra Militarum are raised from their massive populations as well. Terrifyingly large structures. Alright, classes. Commissar's Fellowship, I assume? Yes. Probably Commissar. Really, Crime Lord doesn't have Fellowship at all? That's kind of surprising. You'd think it'd have it at least for the coercion. More of an int class, I guess. Priest? Absolutely not. Navy officer is agility. This must be ranged. No, it's actually dodge. Okay. Noble. You serve me. Sanctioned Psyker. No shot, yeah. Feeling Commissar. What's the feature do? The Commissar's next shot or single target melee attack applies the following effects. The target becomes marked. The ally who kills the marked enemy gains an additional turn. Okay. With +2 AP and MP. I don't really know what that means right now. Allied target. All allies gain an additional +1 AP and 3 MP for 1 round. Can only be used once per combat. The Commissar cannot use it on themselves. Understood. And then we've got That ally suffers plus 50 damage, but gains plus 2... Damn, plus 50 damage? Holy shit. Or 50%, not 50. All their allies gain... Okay. So this is basically buffing in melee. That's what I'm here for, brother. Let's go. Triumph. Apex of Brilliance, you played a key role in exposing a conspiracy among your superior officers in the Astra Militarum. Also, the Commissar has easily the best outfit, so, you know. Plus logic. Your name has become a synonym for loyalty and valor, and your visage has adorned many Imperial Guard propaganda posters. Ah, could be Caiaphas Cain. But competent. You directed a heroic attack of an Imperial Guard regiment that breached the gates of a fortress held by heretics. Coercion it is, illustrious glory. Darkest hour. The souls of all who have perished in a brutal offense still haunt your nightmares and torture your soul. Falsely accused of cowardice, you were forced to suffer through a humiliating tribunal. You were attacked by a group of renegade guardsmen during a mutiny and were beaten half to death. Let's do Grim Portents. Archetypes. This is a lot, you know? Warriors are combatants, melee, high damage in close quarters, of course. Daring breach. Okay, fine, I guess fine, keep your secrets. Willpower and fellowship to improve the combat capabilities of their allies. Core focus, extra turns. This is assassin, I'm guessing. Intelligence and perception to exploit weaknesses in the enemy's defenses. Yes, of course. And then soldier is ranged. Yes. We will do warrior, because we've already got buffing from Commissar. Ah, yes, of course. So... please increase my fellowship. My weapon skill. I'm probably gonna fuck all of this up, but that's okay. This is just awareness. This is a lot of things. Give me some more intelligence and give me one more agility. Void ship? Alright, we do not have many choices, I must be honest. What is it called? Generate me a good one. Daring Destiny, okay. Destiny Hunter. Charbidus. Seeker's Heaven. Man, usually they're called like the Litany's Litany of Litany or something like that. These are surprisingly straightforward names for an Imperial ship. Redemption Inexorable. I like that. Let's go with that. That's a lot of words in there. Whatever. I wonder if we actually get to fight on the ship. I don't know. Alright. This is not Rogue Trader. This is Ophelia. Apply. Let's go. How much of the UI will I be blocking? Oh, there go the boys. Here we are, looking fly as fuck.
An excellent place for contemplation. One has the best view of the cathedral from here. Mesmerizing, wouldn't you say? An impeccable manifestation of the God Emperor's sublimity.
Do you hover this? You do. The Emperor of Mankind, the guide, the ruler, and the higher power to which humanity offers their prayers for aid and deliverance. Most would be driven mad with despair if they knew the truth. Alright, fucking relax, burying the lead a little bit on that one. I'm covering some of the dialogue. Let me shrink myself down. Now I'm only covering basically my portrait, which is fine. For now, at least. Let's see. All this ostentatious luxury, this laughable pretense, it's enough to make one think the architects meant to compensate rather than glorify.
An interesting perspective. However, allow me to offer you a bit of advice. In the interests of your own well-being, you should frame your thoughts with greater piety. Demonstrating such a lack of care when choosing your words might be viewed by certain people as evidence of insufficient trepidation before the God Emperor, the master of humanity.
You seem to attach much importance to words. Well, I have a fondness for names, yet I have yet to hear yours.
My apologies. The statements you made were so intriguing that I forgot myself. Allow me to introduce myself. Conrad Voigtveer, Master of Whispers, in the employ of Her Ladyship Rogue Trader Theodora von Valencias. At your service. I haven't had the pleasure of speaking with you in person before.
A subject of the Imperium with a unique hereditary title, a rogue trader is tasked with exploring and exploiting the still uncharted regions of the galaxy for the benefit of mankind. Divisional Commissar of the Officio Prefectus, Ophelia Xanathor.
My regards, Commissar. Finding you was a difficult task given your parents' fate, and your upbringing in the Schola Progenium. Truly our meeting is an act of providence, is it not?
A division of the ecclesiarchy responsible for the upbringing, education, and training of orphans of those officers and nobles who have died in the service of the Imperium. Also a real shitty place to be. Fucking sucks getting taught at the Schola Progenium, but I guess it's better than some things you could get.
I will be frank with you. You may forget your past titles, no matter who gave them to you, or what their origins are. From the moment you and the other candidate were brought aboard this void ship, your fate changed. You now serve Lord Captain Theodora von Valencias, and carry the burden of an heir of this house. Henceforth, you share your dynastic name with Her Ladyship. Bear it with honor.
You say I am one of the rogue trader's heirs, so there is another candidate?
There is. And you will meet him soon enough.
Lord Captain? A strange title for the Lady Theodora.
Such are the traditions of the Imperium. Lord Captain is the title that was established in the annals of the Lex Imperialis, at the time when the first rogue traders entered the God Emperor's service, and therefore, it is sacrosanct.
Codex of Imperium laws. Well, that was straightforward and to the point, wasn't it? You have a curious title, Master of Whispers. What are your responsibilities? Unfathomable, a commissar wouldn't know what this means, but that's okay.
To put it plainly, I am the head of the network of spies and informers who serve the interests of House von Valencias. I uncover weak links both among Lady Theodora's retinue and in the ranks of her rivals. I eliminate our vulnerabilities and exploit those of others.
Tell me about the one on whose ship I have found myself.
I would rather not discuss the Lord Captain behind her back. Especially not on board her ship. No one knows better than I that whispers are wont to attract particularly close attention. Suffice it to say that her ladyship is the bearer of the sacred warrant of trade and a woman of immense power and entitlement. However privileged your position may be, I ask that you do not incur her anger by being disrespectful or obtuse. Lady Theodora despises both qualities.
Why am I aboard this vessel? Why have I been brought here?
So that you may fulfill your blood duty. Whatever obligations you had before, they are henceforth null and void. By order of the Lord Captain, you have been requisitioned to serve the rogue trader, indeed blessed by the God Emperor.
Gotta say, we are starting off strong. Conrad has a pretty good voice actor.
I see that you are shocked. Yes, You understood correctly. Lady Theodora's authority indeed supersedes that of those whom you obeyed before. The Lord Captain's power is so great that she is capable of performing unthinkable feats, such as changing the fate of a servant of the Imperium. Your fate.
I assume you had some goal in mind when you decided to seek me out. Let us address it.
But of course, I have come to invite you to a meeting with Lady Theodora. I imagine you have many questions for your patroness, and I'm sure she has just as many questions for you. It is regrettable that you haven't yet had an opportunity to speak. It has been an arduous voyage thus far. The Lord Captain and Master Edelthrad von Valencius are conversing on the observation platform. Let us join them there.
You better get ready for me to not know how to say any names, by the way. Alright, let's go, brother. How do we maneuver the camera? Like so, of course. Interactable objects, you click on them, tab to highlight objects. Show me the vid screen, brother. The sacred mechanism has been interfaced without due reverence. The duration of the data processing cycle has tripled. My bad, brother. Incomprehensible information is displayed on a large screen above the cogitators. Wow. You can make out references to unfamiliar systems and worlds among the numbers and logistical symbols.
Let us not dawdle.
What do we got here? A candlelit altar with a copy of the 2348th volume of the Lex Imperialis. The Codex of the Sacred Laws of the Imperium. Yes, very good.
Keep your wits about
Good
you.
to see we're all being very pious right now. Alright.
One of the von Valencius trophy rooms. Perhaps
You have a
I'd like
fucking
to
Lehman Russ in here?
your audience with
Lemon
Lord
Russ. You have a Lehman Russ and you're not even using it? It's just in a museum? What the fuck, man?
What's happening?
Uh-oh.
Run! The servitors have gone berserk!
Oh, if only he thought to walk backwards. Oh, God. If only he had learned to kite.
Make the spoils that much sweeter!
To survive the grim darkness of the far future, you'll have to face enemies of all kinds and fight for your life. Uh-huh. Start the battle. Alright, that guy sucks. And he didn't even die. Oh, no, he did. Never mind. Okay. All battles in the game are turn-based and take place on a grid. On their turn, an enemy can move, attack, and use their abilities. Select the sun. Uh-huh. Movement points. Ah, MP. Determine how far a character can move on their turn. 1 MP corresponds to 1 cell. Diagonal costs 2, naturally. At the beginning of each turn, movement points are restored to the maximum. Once a character starts moving, this action cannot be cancelled. Alright. We only have a gun? I don't have a sword? What the fuck, dude? Tell me about the sword. What's its range? 6? We are a little far away, huh? Oh, we got some lines. I'm guessing this is 6 tiles. Alright, get a little closer. Not too close, you know. Blast. To make attacks and abilities action points, their total is displayed on the bottom of the panel of the screen. Actually, am I blocking something? No, I'm not, actually. That's incredible. At the start of the turn, each AP is restored to the maximum value. A number of squares next to an icon indicate their AP cost. To attack, first click left single shot, kind of figured. Then click on the enemy. The amount of character damage your character deals depends on the parameters of the weapon they're using. That's crazy, dude. I wouldn't have guessed. You will see 2 ranges, the weapon's effective and maximum range. Certain abilities in this game are considered attack actions and can only be used once per turn unless affected by specific talents. If a character performs an action, they will not be able to attack again and will lose their remaining movement points. Okay, so don't attack before you move. Understood.
On it.
Tremendous. Whoop, I have knocked everything over. What a complete disaster. Hold on, hold on. Return the camera, please. There we go. Perfect. Where have I gone? Oh god. Can I click on this? Let's see, I'm only basically covering the end turn button and the character button. Oh, Jesus Christ. Dogmatic, Heroic, Iconoclast? I see. Alright. Alright, these guys suck? What the fuck, guys? It's only a servitor. You've done a tremendous service taking that hit for me. Conrad, would you like to actually attack at some point today, do you think? I should have used this, right?
I'll see to it personally.
This is once per combat. It's the tutorial. I think it's kind of okay, you know. Blast.
Who, if not me?
No problem. Great work, great work. Finally hit him. I can scarcely believe it.
Suspiciously poor timing for such an accident. Servitors malfunction on the officer's deck at exactly the same moment when the rogue trader and her heirs are gathered here. I have blocked all passages between the upper and lower sectors of the residential decks. If this is a deliberate attack, it should stop the culprits from advancing their plan.
A piece of technology used to communicate over short distances or to record sound. Spread out. No one is allowed to enter the premises. Stations.
I'm afraid I must remain here. For Lady Theodora's safety, I have to oversee the execution of these orders personally. I hope you will have no difficulty reaching the observation platform on your own. It is just at the end of this corridor.
Alright. Map. M for map, of course. Can I examine? I can.
To be made?
The wires in the servitor's head are still smoldering. It would seem the cause of this malfunction was the short-circuiting of the motive force. Tarantula sentry gun, constructed with the blessing of the Adaptus Mechanicus using a standard template construct in the manufactorums of Kyvia Gamma. Lehman Russ battle tank, reclaimed and restored by the grace of the God Emperor, the first to breach the capital walls during the purification of Vortes Chutin. Okay? Use the damn thing, dude. It's going to waste. A violet alloy, which upon closer examination turns out to be a handcrafted object. Symbols carved with a primitive tool are visible on the surface. A black shard resembling obsidian. If you look closely, you can discern a strange, barely perceptible glow inside the artifact. Okay. A massive golden amalgam interspersed with sparkling particles. The stone on the pedestal is no doubt solid, but its surface shimmers and changes hues as if someone captured a piece of turbulent sea within the rock. Hey, get that out of the way. It's just goo, man. This is just Slimer. A strange object that resembles sea coral. The porous surface is pitted, a sign that it has been underwater. A gray-green crystal with white veins. A low hum can be heard coming from the artifact, and yet it does not explain what any of those things actually are.
I always keep my options open.
Hey, let's have a peek, see at the other room. The Grand Void Ship Temple occupies the entire space below the officer's deck and is lit by countless candles and lumens. We take our worship seriously round here. Have you prayed today? You better, or you'll be praying to this damn gun. Alright, where are we going? Alright, this did not illuminate me even slightly.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
This certainly seems like it could be an observation deck. The lifts carrying people are in the decks move with a loud grinding noise. Oh yeah, what better design for an elevator than a mini church, brother? Let's go.
I always have a backup plan.
Lads. Beg your pardon, your ladyship, after the incident with the servitor passage is closed, of course. If I see you raise your head again, I'll hand you over to the tech priests for... Oh god, do not get handed to the tech priests. The massive golden structure never stops moving for a moment. Light bounce off the orbits and figures representing celestial bodies. Oh, here they are. Oh, this is not voice acted? That is simply irrational, Lady Theodora, says the man dressed in peculiar garb, his voice tight with tension. His face, half of which is covered by synth skin, is twisted in a grimace of displeasure and disbelief. Assimilation into the trade structure would be political and economic suicide, practically an admission of heresy. You don't have a voice actor? You're a pretty important character, but you don't have a voice actor? You're gonna die before the prologue is over. The tall, gray-haired woman pins him with her gaze, her cybernetic eye flashing crimson. Then suggest an alternative that will satisfy me. I have described the situation no worse than my seneschal could have. Make a decision. What will you do with Ion 6, Edelthard? Survey the room. Your impression of Edelthard, who appears to be about 30 years old, so basically a baby in this setting, is of parchment-like skin stretched over a tightly bundled mass of sinew. Implants, this has got an entry, a mechanical or electronic cybernetic substitute for biological limbs or organs. I'm surprised that it felt the need to indicate this. This isn't exactly 40k specific. And a bone. The nervously twitching fingers, the face twisted by a slight tic, and the jerky movements are all signs of some illness or defect that has taken over his physical form. In stark contrast to Edelthrod, Theodora von Valsanius's features appear as if they were carved from marble, eternal and indestructible. Head raised high, proud posture, hands clasped casually behind her back. See, everything seems to emphasize the difference in status between her and Edelthrod. Behind the two of them, you see two more men. One is a gray-haired officer of impeccable bearing who is studying the contents of his data slate, an electronic digital storage device similar to a tablet computer. The other is a behemoth, bristling with holsters and baldricks, containing all manner of weapons. Our second candidate has joined us. The dry female voice and the powerful feeling of being watched force you to look at Theodora. The rogue trader is looking straight at you, and her gaze, like herself, is predatory and oppressive. Ophelia, approach and give me your answer. Passive skill tests, understood. Consider this hypothetical situation. Ion 6, a new world on the fringes of the Coronis expanse. High seismic activity, regular magma eruptions, metamorphic rock deposits, prospects for large-scale mining. The world is populated by natives who worship some heretical underworld spirits that protect those who offer them sacrifices. Flights of fancy, you might say. But attempts to install ore extractors have failed for the second time. The mining crew sent to the planet's surface simply vanished overnight. My question to you is, what would you do with this poisoned treasure? We have some pretty serious answers here. What does this little arrow mean? You will lose codes for traversing the minefields. What the fuck does that mean? Okay. So, Xenos, spirits, dangerous aliens. Or ways to confirm whether it might cost several cycles to do so. Not worth. I'm a former commissar. I would continue sending in more people, one crew after another, until someone succeeded in their service to humanity. Ah, truly a commissar's opinion right there. These reports of spirits certainly sound like evidence of heresy. Must be purged for the good of the Imperium. I do not know. Fuck that, dude. Alright. Those spirits could well be the natives' name for dangerous aliens. I would first verify if that is indeed the case, and if the population of Ion 6 engages in Xeno worship. Theodora arches an eyebrow. reasonable and prudent. However, chasing after ethereal creatures may prove a rather long and fruitless endeavor. Edelthard scoffs. Apart from Xenos, an untrodden planet might be teeming with myriad horrors that are more dangerous and difficult to eradicate. I suspect that you, Ophelia, are simply unaware of their existence. Xenos, a term used within the Imperium to refer to aliens. Shut your mouth before I shut it for you. I gave a straight answer to a simple question, which, as I understand, was still more than you could do, Edelthrod. The color drains from Edelthrod's face, which distorts his features further. Insolent, ignorant upstart, how dare you? Edelthrod, Theodore's tone renders him silent. I believe I gave you an assignment on this ship. Explain to me, then, why my senior congregator is still dawdling about the officer's deck instead of proceeding to the middle decks to commence the inspection of the compartments in his purview. I beg your forgiveness, Lady Theodora. Your presence has such a profound effect on me that I well forgot the time. All right, dude, Jesus Christ, would you like to get your nose in there a little deeper? Edelthrod bows ceremoniously and takes his leave without sparing you another look. What a bitch. Virgin walks away. Theodora's gaze follows him as he leaves, then she turns to you. So, Ophelia, why are you here? I do not know just yet. I hope you will clarify that. Theodora smiles wryly. Clarity, a luxury that few of us can afford. There's a reason why I did not explain all the details of the question I posed to you earlier. Beyond the borders of the Imperium, seldom is one granted an opportunity to enjoy information in abundance. This, however, is one such opportunity. The galaxy-spanning interstellar human empire ruled by the living god... Sorry, I would like if living god was in brackets, or not brackets, quotation marks. Who is known as the Emperor of Mankind. My name is Theodora von Valsanius Massimo Afscaris. I am a rogue trader in the service of the God Emperor of humanity, and my rights and freedoms are vindicated by a most sacred relic, the warrant of trade kept aboard this very vessel. Mine is the honor to venture into the darkness beyond the Imperium and carry humanity's light where powers wicked and heretical reign and bode death and ruin for us all. Rolling rogue trader, if you're born in the 40k universe, is pretty much the best you can get. It doesn't really get any better than that. Maybe Inquisitor, but Inquisitors do have to do some kind of fucked up shit. Rogue traders, not so much. It is my decision alone to determine the fate of whatever I find past the bounds of the explored void. Every world I discover, along with all there is to find thereon, resources, people, riches, and mysteries, is mine by right. I command millions of lives, rule over numerous planets, and possess fortunes that no planetary governor or commander could ever dream of amassing. Okay, dude, alright, we get it. Fucking 1%. And you, Ophelia, are one of those, with the von Valsanius' blood in their veins, and a rightful claim to this inheritance when the hour comes. Ah, so you are going to die before the end of the prologue. Let's see, well, yes, obviously there are others. I am ready to take on this sacred purpose. Oh, yes, you would be, wouldn't you? The question is, am I ready to choose you over the rest? You came aboard hours before the warp jump and have yet to distinguish yourself in any way. As things currently stand, I have doubts that you are suitable for the role of rogue trader. Bloodright alone is not enough to earn the high honor of becoming the bearer of a warrant of trade. Nonetheless, your abilities and talents may yet prove useful, if not for the role of Lord Captain, then for their closest ally. Theodora sighs and looks away pensively for a brief moment. Alas, even those responsibilities can at times be too challenging for those who share your blood. Conrad Conrad served me for many years before he made his mistake. Did I hear you correctly? The Master of Whispers is related to you. His kinship to me is most distant, as is yours. Nonetheless, he does bear the name von Valsanius, even if he avoids using it publicly, and as such, strictly speaking, can be considered my heir. That door, however, is closed to him. Conrad's performance in his current role is satisfactory. Or it used to be, at least. Ominous. Thank you for clarifying. May I ask my questions now? The vox affixed to Theodora's attire suddenly comes to life, but all you can hear is unintelligible noise. Theodora winces, shuts off the transmission, and gives you an imperious nod. I have some time before the navigator gives the signal to initiate the void ship's translation out of the warp, and my presence is required on the bridge. Navigator. A sanctioned noble mutant whose genes allow them to safely guide a warp-capable void ship through the warp. Warp. An alternate dimension of pure energy and madness existing as a mirror to real space, also known as the Immaterium, the Imperium, the Aether, the Sea of Souls, or warp space. Or hell, if you feel like being blunt about it. There is no way a commissar wouldn't know what navigator and translation mean. Let's see. An incident took place on the crew officer's deck. Some servitors went berserk and attacked the crew. Is that so? Perhaps the technomats were careless during maintenance. Or it could be the warp playing tricks on us in spite of the Geller field. We have some serious problems if that's the case. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. We will probably be dead in that case. Or perhaps there is something to all the stories about the ship being possessed after all. Abelard. The gray-haired officer gives the rogue trader a look of cautious disapproval. Lady Theodora, for the God Emperor's sake, surely you do not intend to start repeating idle rumors spread by uneducated riffraff. Enough, Abelard. Such heresy amuses me. Okay. Idaria eagerly retells everything she learns from the whispers of her unseen advisors. She turns to you. This ship is thousands of years old. It has enough hidden nooks, malfunctioning cogitators, and unused compartments to make ignorant folk speak of specters dwelling inside the bulkheads and plotting against those who yet live. Cogitator. Any type of digital computer in the Imperium of Man. Where is your ship headed? The Rykad system, the domain of rogue trader Winterscale, one of my peers and rivals. Beside me, the other two rogue traders exist. Besides me, two other rogue traders exist in the Coronis Expanse, and each of them possesses resources comparable to mine. Perhaps you will one day assist House von Valsanius in surpassing both of them in affluence and splendor. Cronus Expanse, a scattered, poorly explored region on the frontier of the Imperium, full of fearsome Xenos, treasures, heathen worlds, and the echoes of ancient doom. I set the course for Rykad on the demand, Theodora grimaces. She gives you a stern look, then shrugs. For a very specific reason. Perhaps I shall yet appraise you of the purpose of this voyage, but now is not the time. What are my current responsibilities? Observe, learn, absorb. It will take time for you to find your bearings aboard this vessel and in your new position. Eventually I will find a post that suits you as I did for Edelthrad. Until that time comes, consider yourself my aide. I have no more questions. In that case, I shall head to... Theodora's vox awakens once more. This time you pick up shouting. The Lord Captain freezes, listening to the vox cast, then nods and draws her weapon. Disturbances reported on the adjacent decks. Seneschal, if the need arises, protect the new blood. She glances at you. It is possible that the chance to prove your worth may present itself sooner than you may have anticipated. Oh, fuck. That's a little more than I was expecting.
You will beg for mercy.
grant none.
Initiative. Yes, yes, yes. Everybody knows what initiative is. Kill them! He's getting in there. Let's go. Oh my goodness. What a beast. Oh fuck, he's still going. Alright, we got a bit of chugging going on here. Ugh. Alright, yeah, that did a lot. Hey! Cover. Use cover to avoid attacks. Cover that a character can hide behind or marked with a shield, or a shield with a skull. Okay. When standing closer than the character will automatically take up an advantage position. We'll hit the cover and not the character. The chance the enemy will hit, yeah. The character will not receive a bonus if attacked from a side not protected by their current cover. Is there half cover? Yes, I see. Well, let's get over here.
I'll make it happen.
Mark that one. Oh. Did that mark? Not much seemed to happen, but I guess so. Let's get that one.
Personally.
He's the one that shot at me. Oh, get fucked, brother. Let's go. So, apparently I just unlocked an achievement for scoring 500 critical hits. Okay. That does indeed sound like what happens.
I'll make it happen.
Reload. Oh, cringe. Terrible.
Just a minor setback.
Oh, whoa, so casual. Oh, just lazily dodges. How dare you? Oh. Be careful, companions can get hurt by your burst or area attacks, yeah. Abel is in it to win it. Alright, more. That seemed a little excessive. Your character has received a temporary positive effect. Wow. What is this? Momentum. For using the unique abilities called Heroic Acts and Desperate Measures. These abilities can only be used once per round for the entire battle and once per battle for each character. Alright. Well, I haven't had that introduced to me yet. Where's the last one? He's over there. We gotta get a bit more in it.
I am ready for whatever comes. On it. Another enemy
Easy.
down.
May I please have a melee weapon now? Theodora waves her hand in a commanding gesture. Mort, take a team with you and clear a path to the transport line. Do not let a single whoreson survive. The rogue trader turns her eyes to you. Didn't bat an eye when that scum burst onto the deck, Not bad. I've seen many an officer who panicked at the sight of combat on the upper decks. The false sense of security offered by their position makes them that much more vulnerable to such the harsh realities of warp travel. She looks at the Vox in her hand. All you can hear is lifeless static. What are your orders? She breaks eye contact with you. Mort has gone on ahead to clear a path for us. If you want to make yourself useful, go after him and see if the arch-militant requires aid, and be quick about it. I am on the case.
Keep your wits about you.
He did not go this way. Okay. I wasn't really paying attention to the direction Mort went in.
Let us not dawdle.
Oh, we got some blasting going on. Don't worry, lads, you're doing great. Keep at it. I can't see if you're hitting or not, but I'm sure you're trying your hardest.
Is there money to be made?
Yeah. He took quite a few hits before he went down. Impressive. Conrad lets out a sigh of relief upon seeing you. Thank Providence you are alive and well. Always on time, eh, Conrad? The moment we've finished chasing the riffraff around the deck, you show up. Always just after the fighting's done. You could set your chrono by it. Conrad pointedly looks away from the Archmilitant to you. Mort, pull yourself together. The Archmilitant looks back at you. What? Did the Lord Captain send you to chivvy us along? We are all done here. I'll report right away. Mort pulls his Vox from his belt and hurriedly reports on the situation. Master of Whispers, what is happening on my ship? The Vox net is silent, and the Vox Master is not responding. Armed assailants have stormed the officer's deck, and my arch-militant just destroyed several more heretics on the way here. Is this a severe case of warp madness? Have some of my crew lost their minds and forgotten who they are and whom they serve? Report. I have not yet received word from the Engineerium regarding any Geller field failures. But communications were already unstable half an hour ago, and now they have ceased altogether. Whatever the cause may be, the consequences are spreading fast. I am receiving scattered reports from the middle decks, and the only voxcasts from the lower bays are one-way heretical gibberish. Voidfur pauses. That the madmen have already breached the officers' deck suggests that this outrage was planned in advance. Perhaps this is an organized mutiny. Let's see. Mutiny. But who would attempt a mutiny here in the war? Lunatics, fools, heretics. This ship houses thousands upon thousands of people. Pernicious thoughts and warp-induced delusions could have tainted any one of them. It is a difficult notion to accept, but such risks are inescapable. First, we have to confirm that the bridge and navigator's sanctum are secure, and I have the means to do both things at once. Her expression changes as her eyes flash ominously. Theodora looks at Conrad. Edelthrod, where is he? I must know if he is unharmed. A psyker aboard a ship that is potentially being assailed by the warp could pose a greater threat to himself and others than a whole army of madmen with improvised weapons. I tried to locate him, but the last thing known about his movements is that he arrived on Transitional Deck 18. Blast it! Master of Whispers, find Edelthrod immediately. Seneschal, locate Talas and the Sister of Battle. There's a Sister of Battle on the ship? Let's fucking go. I'm ready. Both are to remain at my side. Arch-militant with me. I must go to my study, and it appears that we might encounter heretics along the way. Ophelia... Theodora glances at you thoughtfully. If I may, Lord Captain. Voidfur's voice is soft and cautious. Transitional Deck 18 is at the heart of the disturbance, and if our goal is to bring Edelthrod back, I could use some support. After all, I am not as adept at directly confronting enemies of the house as the esteemed arch-militant. And taking into consideration Edelthrod's psyker powers... Then it's settled. I was just clicking a button. I thought it was continue. I didn't really read what was over here. I thought he was going to keep going. Then it's settled. Ophelia, find Edelthrod and bring him here, in whatever state you find him. This elevator, she points at the massive doors, leads to restricted compartments such as my personal chamber and the bridge. Do not let me down. I require you both. Do you understand? I hear and obey, Lord Captain. Theodora waves a hand impatiently. Then move out. Mort, come. Conrad gives you a nod. Are you ready to head to Deck 18? It is a long walk, and you do not even have proper gear. I shall make do. Lead the way. Of course you will. He rummages in his pocket for something. Lady Theodora would never have someone she couldn't rely on as one of her heirs, but that is no longer relevant. With a pop and a sharp crackle, something hits you in the abdomen, and you are consumed by unbearable, gut-wrenching pain. Oh, who could have guessed this unknown mutiny might have had something to do with the Whisperer? I promised you a special destiny, Ophelia. It's time to fulfill it. Who better to be a traitor than the Lord of Whispers?